So you want to tier in Project Sekai. You want to get tier 100 or even higher in your favorite event? You want to damage both your physical and mental health in order to place higher than the unemployed high schoolers with mom's credit card and a seemingly endless amount of free time? Luckily for you, my fellow sleep-deprived individual, I am here to provide the forbidden knowledge on how to place high in the funny Miku game. Before we start on the fun stuff though, I'm going to throw a few terms at you real fast. Best to study them because they will be on the test tomorrow. AP, all perfect. Pretty much self-explanatory. You just hit all perfects in a song. Not really used as much in tiering and more so used in ranked, viral videos, and ego measuring contests. Voting/voted. Being pushed out of your current rank by other players. Although usually they don't use the term voted instead of a number of obscenities. Cans. Your bonus energy. The 5-hour energy you chug before work hoping it helps you get over the 3 hours of sleep you had last night. CC/Cheerful Carnival. Hell incarnate. A Cheerful Carnival is a special type of event where two teams fight 5v5 and songs are randomized. These are noticeably harder to tier because the random songs, and in fact everyone's internet seems to explode every time I try to get in a show. DC, being disconnected from around. Pretty similar to DB, which stands for disband. Basically the same thing. EB and EP. Abbreviations of event bonus and event points respectively. Not much to say. Envy, the national anthem of tiers. Although like most kids at a public school, many refuse to stand for it. This is the #1 song to spam when tiering marathons, even if it makes your ears bleed after 40 minutes of it. ISV, the two numbers that denote your leader/team skill boost. It'll be explained in more detail later, it's a bit of a process. Marathon, non-CC events, or regular shows. These ones are the easiest to tier because you can start a show with less than 5 people, and you don't have to hope and pray that someone out of 9 other players doesn't kick their router. OP, open room, meaning any unfortunate souls in whatever friend group or tiering server you're in can join you in your session. Otsu, stands for Otsukare-sama, meaning good work or nice job. Parking. Ending the event at a specific number of points using a ridiculously specific setup. Usually has to be very planned out, and even then isn't always possible. If you want an extra challenge on top of the mentally draining task that is tiering, go right on ahead. Podium. The top 3 in an event. The people you know haven't slept in the last 3 days. Pubbing. The bad ending. Pubbing is basically joining a public room or unlocking a private lobby so randoms can join. Typically, you don't want this, especially if you're high tiering, because randoms are unpredictable. Use public matches as a last resort. Great, now that you've had your English lesson for today, now we talk about how to use your Monster Energy drinks wisely. Having an abundance of bonus energy is basically a requirement when it comes to tiering. If you have no bonus energy, you get next to no points, and as a result, no tiers. So managing how you use this resource is very important. A good rule of thumb is to do ×5 or ×3 for most of your matches. While they aren't the fastest, they give you the most bang for your buck in the long term. Now we know how to use energy, but hold it right there, my friend. Before you go into a room, you're going to need some other friends to play with. You don't want to enter a lobby with randoms, right? Don't have any friends who play Project Sekai? Congratulations! You're a normal member of society and so are your friends. But that isn't really helping us in our current scenario. Luckily, there are plenty of ways we can work around this issue. First things first, tiering servers. These are everywhere, all of them having a different theme, level of play, and general vibe. It's really easy to find these, just look up Project Sekai tiering server on Google, or go on Discord for a few minutes. Once you're there, just ask for games with people. I'm sure they'll respond, and if they don't, well then you can start questioning why they're even there to begin with. Also, on your search for a tiering server, do not join a server called Casa Casa Jump. They threaten to take my lunch money and shoot my pet Brontosaurus. Not a fun crowd. Alright, now you're ready to go into a room, right? Nope. Now we do numbers. This section goes over ISV, or internal skill value. What you want to do here is take your event team and add up the score % of every single card there, and then take the leader's number and put it to the side, leaving you with something that looks like leader's number / group's total number. Your ISV will result in more points earned and thus higher event scores. However, be advised that ISV should only be taken into account after you have an adequate event bonus on your team. A good baseline is around 250% if you're high tiering. If you're struggling to reach that amount normally, don't worry about your ISV. Also, never use 1 stars when making a team. the talent you lose from using them is not worth the increase in event bonus. So no, get that Akito off your screen right this instant. Okay, so now we have our teams, and our bonus energy, and our friends. We can finally play the video game. Now, what songs are we picking? Everyone jokes about Envy or Melt, and sure, those are the most common and typically best options, but we can be different. We can break the mold and save our friends from Melt Envy hell. Be careful though, whatever songs you do pick will be ruined for you forever as you play them for what might be the longest week of your life. For shorter songs, Jackpot Sad Girl, The Daughter of Evil, Odds and Ends, Bless Your Breath, Dramaturgy, Viva Happy, and Gunjo Sanka are all good options. For longer songs, you have Lost and Found, World is Mine, and Intense Voice of Hatsune Miku and Hatsune Creation Myth if you dislike your friends. Anyways, our last section discusses how to take care of yourself during tiering, but that doesn't matter to you, right? You came here willingly, fully knowing the dangers, or maybe you're just naive. Tiering is a hell of repetition and long days and nights spent pressing the same songs over and over again, watching as your resources slowly deplete, and as people with way more conviction and free time than you blaze past you. As you sit there watching that goal you set months ago grow further and further out of reach, and yet you slave away, clicking envy for what feels like the millionth time, feeling yourself lose count of the amount of times you've heard Se Anyo Anyo. One must imagine a Project Sekai tier happy. But if you really want to know, drink water and don't abandon sleep. That funny number on the screen isn't worth killing yourself over. Don't let Miku win, viewers, and best of luck to you on your tier 100s.